I'm trying out 3 exercises before doing Pilates. In this case, before having a tennis lesson. To prepare myself, I have a ball, a yoga block, a cushion or a towel, a wall, and a mat. I'm lying down on the mat with a 90-degree angle in my hips and in my knees. All 4 corners of my feet are pressed against the wall. First method, 5th method, and the inner heel and the outer heel. I raise my head with a yoga block, and I raise my pelvis a little bit with a towel or a cushion. In this case, I have a very small towel. I would use a bigger cushion next time. To keep my waist and my back ribs down on the mat. So I have a posterior pelvic tilt. I have a ball between my knees. The ball is a squishy ball. I'm pressing my feet against the wall, all 4 corners. And at the same time, I'm trying to slide the feet down. And this activates my hamstrings and my glutes. Pressing the feet, pushing them down, pressing the ball, and tilting the pelvis into a posterior tilt. All these at the same time. And while I do this, I breathe. And I exhale in short bursts with an open mouth. Sliding my right knee up while pressing into the ball, pressing into the wall, tilting my pelvis in a posterior tilt, and breathing into my stomach. I breathe in and out forcefully. I do this 10 times while raising the knee up to the ceiling till I feel the inner thigh. And I keep pressing into the wall, keep pressing into the ball, keep tilting the pelvis in a posterior tilt and breathing at the same time. This way I breathe into my back ribs. I breathe into my side ribs. And I keep my low abs engaged while I bring my sit bones towards my knee pits. And it's very hard to keep the pressure on the balls of the feet. It's very hard to keep the pressure on the ball while pressing the knee or sliding the knee past the other knee. And it's hard when you feel the inner thigh of the opposite leg to keep breathing. You exhale with an HA sound. I do this 3 times and then I raise my other knee. I keep applying pressure onto the wall, into the ball, curling my tail up and keeping my waist down and my back ribs down. My towel under the sacrum is a little too small. So I need for my pelvis a higher and cushier cushion to keep my waist and back ribs down. In this way, I center my femurs into my hip sockets. And this makes the following Pilates, or in this case, tennis session, easier or more functional. Through blocking my stomach and breathing into the back and side ribs, I get my diaphragm to expand properly. Through the pressure of the feet and into the ball, I activate my leg muscles. The next exercise is about breathing into my side ribs, where I'm going to place the ball. I'm going to let out some air so that the ball is not as fat as before. I'm lying on my left side, like in a rolling like a ball position with a big C curve in my spine. I have bent knees. The ball is under my side ribs. And I try to breathe into the ball, and at the same time I feel the opposite side also working, also getting some air. I try to expand my ribs into the ball with the breath. And at the same time, the other side of the ribs also gets an expansion. I exhale with the HA sound to get my pelvic floor. I breathe into my coccyx, into my sit bones, into my sacrum, into my back ribs, and into the ball. So I also send breath into the side ribs, the side body. Another way to give the diaphragm more room to function properly. The third exercise has the ball underneath the sternum. I'm lying on my stomach. I'm going to put my head on my two hands. I let my legs internally rotate, so the big toes pointing at each other. Relaxed pelvis, relaxed spine, relaxed body, and relaxed breathing into the ball, which in the end results in breathing into the back ribs. Again, making my diaphragm move, making my back body expand. And getting a relaxed nervous system. My parasympathetic nervous system is for rest and digest, and it's better to train on a rested body. So my tennis lesson might be more successful than if I hadn't done that. I learned these exercises from Patricia Medros, who thinks that you need to prepare the body for Pilates.